Washington. Somebody is headed to Tampa for the Final Four. Will it be the top-seeded Trojans or the 2-seed Connecticut joining South Carolina? They'll play Friday, 7 Eastern on ESPN. Who will take on UCLA following that on Friday night? Joined by Caitlin Chen, the sharpshooter AZ Fudd, the likely freshman of the year Sarah Strong, and then Jana El Alfi for USC to emotionally even without Juju Watkins, and we are underway in the Elite Eight in Spokane.
Of course, the matchup to keep an eye on right here. Kennedy State.
Here's Fudd looking for help. Flings it out to Chen. Caitlin Chen into the paint. Can't hook it in. El Alfi couldn't grab the rebound.
A lot today in their shoot-around, defending it.
Look at Kennedy Smith just blow up the handoff. Here's Smith all the way in, and that's an early personal on Paige Bueckers. Now, they charge that foul for the moment to Chen. So she gets called with the personal rather than Paige. As Smith goes one for Chen, trying to take one all off and into the corner. Strong connects. Out of three, no hesitation. 16, Rebecca, you and I talked about it. It was maybe the first time this year we'd seen Strong look like a freshman with some of the indecision. Well, certainly no indecision here. Here's Bueckers backing down, kicking out. El Alfi thought better of it. Chen in the mid-range, short.
That's where Caitlin Chen is very good.
Watch USC. Here's Marshall. Hit a couple of big mid-range jumpers in the second half the other night. Iriafin getting it down the floor, this time successfully. Iriafin kicks it out. Marshall putting it on the deck and laying it in. And Kennedy Smith the rebound. Smith launches, knocked away, but controlled by Marshall. Marshall hoops through and finishes. Directing traffic. Guarded by Strong. Kiki fading and hitting. How about Iriafin? Taken in by Strong. Sarah Strong on the drive. Can't play.
The faster, the better.
Raffo gives it up. Iriafin knocks it down. Kiki has the stroke.
From 17 feet, driving to the basket as well.
Connecticut has missed its last 6. Paige Bueckers trying to get a touch in the post. Strong again from deep. Kiki Iriafin. Thus far, Kiki has been very good here in the Elite Eight. As Strong hits again. Sarah Strong dives in. The leaner is short. Long rebound picked up by Heckel on the move. Kaylee Heckel swooping in. Couldn't finish it. And it's collected by Final Four. Bueckers, another big steal. Here comes Bueckers with numbers. Strong connects again. Sarah Strong had them in this first. Here's Howell. Off to Iriafin. And that's a travel.
Paige Bueckers has been really good the last
step for her in practice, yelling at her, don't pass up shots. And that mindset has carried into this game right now.
Such a great point, Ali, as Bueckers gets on the board. Lob inside, Iriafin, what a catch amongst 3 defenders. Howell gets stripped out of bounds, and it stays with U.S. Hawkins. Here's Van Olhoffen. Van Olhoffen lost it. It's loose. Iriafin tied. Samuels has the pass deflected. Here comes Strong with time. Shade on the run into the paint. And an offensive foul is called. The correct call.
Yes.
This is why you got the foul. 2 seconds left. Heckel. No. And that'll do it to Smith, who got great position. Couldn't finish. Iriafin trying to grab the rebound. Marshall banks it in. Gino Auriemma eyeing up Marshall. Fakes the 3. Wanted to dish it. Still plenty of time. Strong spinning and finishing. Sarah at the jumper. Here's Arnold dashing inside and finishing. That is KK. Here's Fudd. Fudd fakes the 3. Fudd kicks to Strong, another 3. You bet! In Spokane. Marshall on the other end gets a
the floor. See if you can fatigue her a little bit.
Arnold dives in, couldn't finish. Rebound off of Shade, out of bounds. Nice job defensively there. 7 from the floor is 15 points. The likely freshman of the year in the nation, Marshall dives in and gets fouled by Beckers. What we've seen
Going up strong.
And Marshall sinks the first free throw. Let's check in with Holly.
Well, Rhea Marshall has stepped 30 days. That meant no Wingstop, no Popeyes. She said everyone on the team was giving up something. For me, that's my is lean. She is mobile, and you have seen her produce.
Beckers on the other end, finishes plus the foul. And then the flex from Beckers completes the three-point play. Kennedy Smith is the freshman. He's one of the top-rated recruits in the country heading into this year. And a big bucket there from Kaylee Heckel. Dump it inside. Marshall has it stripped. Beckers comes up with it. Good hands from Strong. Chen to the rim. Here's Beckers. Beckers going one-on-one with Von Olofsen and gets fouled here in program history with at least 30 in back-to-back tournament games as well. And afterwards, just more aggressive and what it means to this team when she gets in that kind of a zone. Started to win. Iriefin the rebound and taken away by Shade. Here comes Beckers. Beckers cutting through. Can't finish, but again gets the whistle. At 29 second-half points in that game. That's the second foul on Von Olofsen as Beckers misses the significant because she needed to make 5 straight in order to get back to 90% from the line. She did well last week.
It was.
Here's Smith. Spinning inside. Kennedy Smith with the number 6 recruit in the country this past year. Holly?
Well, Beth Burns, who's the assistant, is the best and smartest defensive player she has ever coached. Her instincts, her physicality, her ability to read.
As called on the Smith attempt. Who's number 2 on Ashlyn Shade, a key reserve for Connecticut, goes to the bench. Marshall center the lane. Flips it in. Strong, another rebound. That is her 8th of the half. Chen zipping up the floor. Chen all the way in for 2. Finish it. Rebound number 9 for Strong. Here comes Chen. Chen off one leg. Banks it in. Plus the foul.
The Ivy League Player of the Year last year, and when she came in, Gina Oriema said, I trust her. She's strong.
2-for-1 opportunity for Connecticut. That's not usually a focus, though, in the collegiate game. Beckers a 3. You bet! 10 for Paige Beckers, largest lead for Connecticut. What a tough bucket. Kennedy Smith storming inside. Beckers letting the clock wind here. Strong turns, dishes, Beckers again! By Iriefin, picked up the dribble, 3 to shoot. Beckers trying to make something happen, cannot. Alfie the rebound in a crowd, gets
Move her feet, has used her physicality beautifully here against Paige Beckers.
Strong will take, and hit from 3.
And Jen, because those are the players that the defense can help off of onto Sarah Strong or Paige Beckers.
Beckers the crossover and gets fouled from behind. Paige Beckers did it.
If they get 2 fouls in the first half, and here Smith with her 3rd one early here in the 3rd quarter. Expect her
fouls in the first 4 minutes. And she said, hey, if I was going by how this is traditional about everything. And Lindsay Gottlieb has ties to Gino Oriema. Used to work his all-star at Scarsdale High School in Westchester County in New York. USC make a push here, down 17. Smith has it taken away, but a foul. Has the offer so far. Von Olofsen at 3 is good, a much-needed one for the Trojans. Hit 3 early jumpers, doesn't have a field goal since. Beckers will fire, and hit from 3. Paige Beckers in from deep. 18 for Beckers. She's 3 of 4 from downtown as Von Olofsen. Beckers 12 for 17 from 3 over the last few. Off to Beckers. Beckers trying to take out Paige. Beckers has another bucket. Iriafin can't get that to drop. Akuwafo the rebound, and Heckel able to serve it in the paint. USC getting talked about as well. Rebecca, the way she's had success when Smith went to the bench with her third foul. Strong waits and finishes Sarah Strong, a 20-point night. Iriafin off to Samuels. Smith hawked in the corner by Arnold. Smith, oh, what a Euro. Big time finish from Kennedy. Fearless. Willing to meet any moment. Arnold digs in, can't bank it home, and finally the rebound secured by USC.
Like Sarah Strong, what she's done on the defensive end, trying to keep the ball out of Kiki Iriafin's hands.
Really gets fouled there by Arnold and will go to the line.
She's just been really good.
Remarkably talented on-air personality. She's an even better after-party DJ.
Of course of a game to make a strong pun. And so I actually asked Sarah Strong, how does she feel about it? And she's like, well, if it's good.
Marshall hits the jumper, and US Strong lacks it out. Another chance for USC. Trying to make a push here. Von Olhoffen can't hit the three, and Iriafin is fouled. Battling on.
Coaches, players asked me about Juju Watkins. Her impact and reach is insane right now.
Back out on the floor. Meanwhile, Iriafin makes it a single-digit deficit. USC, Strong, fends off Smith, no call, Fudd. Can't hit the three, she's now 0 for 8, and an over-the-back call on El Alfi on the line. And Marshall hits the first.
Let's take another look at that, Sarah.
Stand wide.
Yes.
Marshall hits both free throws. It works out for USC. It is this USC run. Hazy Fudd 0 for 13 on the season against USC. Von Olhoffen barges in and flips it home. 5-point game as we head to the fourth. Kiki Iriafin in this game. Meanwhile, Aubrey Griffin getting minutes here for Connecticut. Fudd a three. Is good. An easy Fudd. Fourth quarter action. Winner goes to the Final Four in Tampa. Great lob inside, and Marshall gets fouled. What a pass by Kennedy.
Lindsay was scared she'd leave. She's a kid from South Central LA. All she said is, Coach, I'm with you.
Beckers with 5 to shoot. Beckers leaning and hitting. Paige Beckers.
Him out on the sideline. The last couple of possessions, he has orchestrated. He wants the two-player game.
Beckers, you bet. They need a bucket. Strong the deflection and steal. Fudd another three. Is good. A little smile.
You've struggled so much of the game to score, to hit a couple.
Well, one of the things Gino Auriemma told us before the South Carolina game, which I don't care how much AZ Fudd misses, she needs to keep shooting. I don't want to see her shy away if she struggled and had a monster second half for Connecticut. In this game, has hit 2 big threes.
He's drawn up out of timeouts when she hadn't yet made one.
Beckers, 2 more for Paige Beckers. 27 for the kid. Marshall, deep catch. Marshall unable to finish. Strong and Iriafin battling, and it's going to be a hell ball possession. Beckers has it knocked away. Fudd goes back door and lays it in. Chen, who had a big first half. Off to Fudd, 6 to shoot. Fudd's jumper off. Howell lets it fly. Can't hit. Marshall underneath. Couldn't flip it in. Another chance for Marshall. And she's accounting for 34 of 38 UConn points. Gino Auriemma always says your program gets you to the Sweet 16. But Gino Auriemma went to Aubrey Griffin in this fourth quarter after she didn't play last game, hadn't played this whole game, and she's made a difference.
Connecticut team.
Rhea Marshall, a season high, 20 points tonight.
Juju Watkins than what she has done, the last few games without Juju and taking on more of that.
Howe trying to find space, could not. Marshall ramming in and banking it home. Rhea Marshall now with 20. Griffin back to Fudd, fakes the handoff. Chen coming around, 7 to shoot. Chen lays it in. Has Connecticut been able to do defensively on one of the best bigs in the country?
Mostly it's been how great Sarah Strong's been. A really tough matchup for whoever she's been defending.
Iria Finn projected as the #3 overall pick. 30 to go. 10-point UConn lead. Strong to Chen to the cup. With a torn ACL.
All of those years until this season, UConn decimated by injury.
Howe connects on a 3. Single-digit Devin in this final minute here, Rebecca. Lindsey Gottlieb and USC have to be so proud of what they have been able to do. The world, Juju Watkins, it has been so impressive.
Well, without question, you heard Lindsey in her interview with Holly just talk about her team's heart.
And just to put a bow on that with USC, we certainly hope we see Juju Watkins at some point next.
Completely and fully healthy and back to being one of the most dominant scorers the women's college game has ever seen.
Beckers, it gets stolen by Kennedy Smith. Howe will launch and hit from 3. That makes it. And Paige Beckers has another 30-point game. Beckers hits them both. 12 assists. Hazy Fudd missed her first 9 shots, but it's 2 big 3. And Connecticut on the brink. Huskies are headed to a record 24th Final Four.
UConn Huskies 78, USC 20. With tonight's victory, the UConn Huskies advance to the Final Four on April 4th in Tampa, Florida.
Lindsey, we'll hear from Paige with Holly Rowe in a moment, and we'll see you Friday night on ESPN from Tampa for our producer Kerry Callahan, our director Jimmy Platt.